Everyone, so I am back with another video, and I think that's better. So today I'm going to be doing my nails. As you can see, they still look really good, and I kind of don't even want to do them, but they've grown out a lot, like a lot. So once again, I'm going to be doing my feel, and we're just going to let people go ahead and join. But the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be removing my bling. I'm trying to see what's better lighting. That's too like, okay, that's not bad. So, hey everyone. So once again, I'm going to be doing my nails. This is what they look like. As you can see, all the bling stayed on. And I hate to even like take those big pieces off. I was thinking about doing it, like redoing my nails and just adding bling all over the nail, but I kind of have to take it off. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some nippers to remove my bling. I hope everybody's doing good. I am going to be announcing the winner this weekend. I honestly, like, I'm not done writing everybody's name down. I actually should have did it a different way so I wouldn't have to write everybody's name down. But, I don't know. I wasn't thinking actually. Okay, so right now I'm trying to take the big pieces off, and it's so hard. Okay, there you go. I wish I could reuse them. So once again, I'm trying to take this big piece off. Okay, there you go. So same thing for the rest, just going in with my nippers to remove all that bling. Sorry if I can't see your comment because I'm having to look up. Okay, so we got one hand down. Took all the bling off. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other end. And these nippers are like from Dollar Tree. Yeah, from Dollar Tree. So they're only $1. And thank you so much to everyone that placed an order on my website. All the orders have went out. If you order something, they all went out on 2 to 3 day shipping. So be patient, which that's not a long time compared to other companies. Hey everyone, thank you for everybody that's talking about my makeup. Yeah, I've been trying to practice because I don't usually do eyeshadow, and even like this I feel like it's too much, like too dramatic for me because I always like wear makeup but not eyeshadow. But I've been trying to that way because I kind of want like my everyday face to look different from like my going out phase, even though I don't really go out much. But yeah. What am I doing to my nails? Honestly, at this point, I don't even know. I just know that I need a feel. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Tammy Taylor Stick and Peel Cuticle Pusher, and I'm just going to push back my cuticles. So once again, that for everybody that just joined, I'm doing my feel. Today actually made 3 weeks, or this week makes 3 weeks. So as y'all can see, I just been getting lazy. Like by the time I'm done doing my nails, I'm tired, and I do not be feeling like doing my nails. So that's why it's been taking so long. Because I know people keep saying like, I want you to do more, watch me do my nails videos. But y'all, I be tired. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my medium drill bit. And this is the one I use. I'll show y'all if I can pull it out. No, I can pull it out. So this is the drill that I use. I did leave the link in the description to the last video, or in the last video that I did. And then I'm using a medium drill bit. And I'm just going to remove all that foil out. And it's not encapsulated, so it should come off pretty easy. And then I'm going to turn on my dust collector. Y'all, this does be all over the place. So as you can see, I'm just going down on my nail. How am I not prepping my nail correctly? prep with primer and I seal on my cuticle area. Did somebody say I'm not prepping my nail correctly, or were y'all talking about something different? Because so far, all I've done was remove my bling. I push back my cuticles, and now I'm filing my nails. Okay, okay. Yeah, so basically if you're still having lifting, then most likely you're either not prepping the nail correctly. But another thing that would have a lot to do with it is if you're not filing around that cuticle area really good. Like as you can see, I have no lifting at all, and that's because at the end you have to file really good. Because I promise, any little water, moisture, lotion, anything that gets back there, it will cause your nail to lift. And then other people ask me like, what's the best primer? Well, it don't matter. Like I said earlier in my last video, it doesn't matter if you have $1,000 or $1,000,000 primer. If you're not prepping the nail correctly, and if you're not filing the nail correctly afterwards, you will still have lifting. This dust collector, I got it from Amazon, and no, I do not recommend it. That's why I never talk about it. I mean, as you can see, there's dust all over the place, and I just started. So that's why I never mention it. But it kind of does like keep the dust out of my face. That's why I keep it. But other than that, it sucks. There's always dust all over the place. And this nail, I am going to have to like put a form on it and like add the side to it, because like every time that I'm filing, I always file the side of my nail off. So I always, like, it don't matter what set I have on, I always have to end up adding more acrylic to the side of that nail, because I always file it off when I'm working. And it's always just my pointer finger. What size brush do I recommend? I recommend, if you're a beginner, I recommend you go with a 9. Which is, oh y'all hear that thunder? Is this one. That's a number 9. This is, hold on. This is a 9. This is a 10. And then this is a 12. So as you can see, sorry, they have dust all over them. But I use this one. And once I start doing the acrylic, I am going to change my camera around. I just wanted y'all to see my makeup, really. That's really why I'm doing it at this angle, if you really want to know. Because I just got bored and started doing my makeup. And I was like, let me do my nails. And then I was going to do an intro and just, saying what I was going to start doing. But then I honestly forgot to switch the camera around. And since I'm live, I didn't want to be moving my camera all over the place. Yes, the dust collector does have a bag underneath, but yeah, it don't work. And I even watched a video on like how to make it better, and I did what they said. So basically, instead of like using the little mesh bag that it comes with, I switched it out for like basically like a small trash bag, and then you poke like tiny holes in it, and then you put a rubber band over the top, and it's still dust everywhere. And I thought about investing in like, what's it called? I thought about buying the Valentino dust collector. Does anybody have that one? Because I even heard that one's not, even worth the money. Or that's what somebody said. I'm not sure. I've had 2 people tell me that. The giveaway does end today, and I will be announcing the winner this weekend. Can you have gel nails by applying gel polish, then Um, yes, you can apply a gel top coat over regular polish, but remember, you have to make sure that your regular polish is 100% dry before you actually apply the gel top coat, because if not, those nails, the polish will crack or it will wrinkle up. So make sure that that regular polish is 100% dry, like to the point where you can touch it and it's not gonna mess up. How did I get on my nail polish? Lately, a lot of companies been sending me product, but before then, I just bought all my polish. Yeah, I heard who said it. Chavela. Yeah, I've heard the sunflower one was good. Is that the one that like you put over you? Somebody said, do I ever do a base coat when I do gel polish? Whenever I'm applying it on acrylics, no, but if I'm doing gel polish on natural nails, then yes, I do apply a top coat. And even if I'm doing regular polish, if I'm doing it on acrylics, I don't apply a base coat. Whenever you apply your top coat, it burns. You might be getting the polish on your skin, and that will burn. Yeah, see, the only thing about that big dust collector, the sunflower one, I feel like it would just be too much for me. Like, too much as far as the size, and I don't know. And then the way my desk is set up, it would have to be on the side where all my polish is, and you probably won't be able to see my polish. No, you cannot dry regular polish under a UV LED light. It's not going to do anything to your polish. The UV LED light is only for LED light is only for gel polish. It's not going to do anything to your regular polish. What gel polish do I recommend? Honestly, I mean, I have a variety of gel polishes. It basically just depends on like how much money you want to spend. Because I mean, Elite 99 is really good and it's really cheap. I have La Palm, I have Jovamia, Madame Glam. What else? I have the D&D, and then I have the new model ones and the Melody Susie. I have all of those. And to be honest, they're all great. I don't have problems with any of them. It's just a matter of how much you want to spend. What do I do about the acrylic smell in my house? Nothing. Like, I literally don't do anything. I mean, the only thing that you can do is like maybe keep a fan going, crack a window or something. But other than that, there's really nothing that you can do. And like, we're pretty much used to it, so. Whew. Okay, so now I'm done removing all the gel polish. So now I'm going to go in with my, what is this? My 180 sanding band. Once again, I do replace my sanding bands after each use. So that was the old one, and then I'm going to put a new one on there. Okay, so whenever, as you can see, this is how fast it was going when I was doing acrylics, or removing my gel polish. Now I'm going to slow it down a little bit. You can't really tell, but I can hear it. So now I'm just going to go in and just remove the shine from my natural nail. And remember, this is really important. If you don't get all the shine off your nails, it will cause lifting. And even after you dust your nails off, just go back and look at the nail. If you still have some shiny spots, then go back and file it a little bit more. But you also want to make sure that you don't file it too hard. Like, I just do it really gently. Because even though it's a 180 sanding band, if you leave it on in one spot for too long, it will cause friction and it will cause your nail to burn really bad. Do I use forms on my clients? There's one girl that I use forms on sometimes, only because she wants her nails really, really long and my tips aren't long enough for her. But that's the only time. And she's coming next week, so maybe if she get forms, I'll record, but I'm not sure if she is or not. But I don't do it often. The only reason why I know how to work with forms is because whenever I was in high school or in college, I did that Skills USA competition, and one hand we used to do pink and white build on nails. And I mean, I had to learn for that. So that's really the only reason I know how to work with forms. But I learned how to do nails by using tips. So that's why I'm just, comfortable with using tips. Yes, whenever you do, what is it? I'm sitting here trying to read the things at the same time. Whenever you do nails with the forms, you do have to pinch the nail to give it that C curve. Okay, so now I'm going to clean around my area really good because there's dust everywhere. Oops. So the paper towels that I use are the Viva paper towels, and I get those from my local Dollar General. Dollar General is literally like a second from here. Okay. So I cleaned my area. So now I'm going to go ahead. It's dust everywhere. So now I'm going to go in with my Mia Secret powder and then my Mia Secret liquid. And then I'm also going to go ahead and do my primer. So for my primer, I use my OPI Bondex. And somebody said, who is it? Hannah said, what's my favorite nail brush size? To be honest, right now, at first I was using my number 8. And then I went up to my number 10. Because whenever I first got brushes from Alpha Brushes, I think I only ordered like a 8, a 12, and a 16. And then the second time that I ordered, I think I got a 9, a 10, and then something else. But so far, the only one that I really use is my number 9. It's like a good size. It's like a in between everything else, and it just works really good for me. Okay, so before I start, let me change the angle. Is there any way I can pause it? No. So I'm just going to switch it around. And once I turn it around, I'm not going to be able to read that many questions because it's going to be up high. So, let me see. Okay, so I do still have a little bit of foil, so I'm going to go ahead and file that off. Let me move this out the way. So this is the nail that I'm going to have to do a form on. As you can see, it's a little bit deformed. I do have videos about the, what was it? Somebody just said, can I do a video on the glow in the dark powder? I have done videos on the glow in the dark powder. Okay, so once again, I'm using my Alpha brush in a number 9, and it's an oval, and it's the Kalinsky. I think that's how you say it. Okay, so we're going to get started. So remember, I do have a video on how to get the perfect bead. So I did my brushing, wipe it off, dip it into my powder, got my bead, and I'm going to place it right at the back closer to the cuticle area. As you can see, I'm going to move it around to where I want it, and then I'm just going to gently brush it down towards the tip. And then if it gets on your skin, make sure you go back around and clean around that cuticle area. I don't know what color I'm going to do, to be honest. Okay, so now I'm just going back and adding a little bit in the middle just to kind of blend that down. And then I'm going to do some on my tip. So remember, whenever you're doing a fill, you really just want to do one in the back. But then if you need to add somewhere else, then that's fine. Okay, so next, oh, this is the one I'm doing a form on. So next, I'm going to skip over to the middle finger. Got my bead. I place it down closer to that cuticle area. Pat it around. And then brush it down. And if you see that your acrylic is starting to run over to the sides, make sure that you wipe that off before it even touch the skin. I mean, because I've had OPI before, and OPI was expensive. So I really think that Mia's Secret is really, really good, and it's actually really as cheap as it is compared to other brands. Because before I started using Mia's Secret, I was having a lot of lifting. Like, no matter what I did, no matter if I filed the cuticle area really good, I was still getting a lot of lifting. So you also want to be careful with that. If you notice that, you know, you're doing everything correct and you're doing everything that you can to prevent lifting and you're still having lifting, that you might want to consider looking into whatever product you're doing. I mean, whatever product you're using, because that was my issue. And it was literally to the point where I was like, you know what, this is embarrassing. I'm doing people's nails and they're popping off like the next day or two. And it was just so embarrassing. So it was to the point where I was just going to give up. I was like, you know what, I'm going to give up. I'm just going to wait till I start school. Maybe they can teach me something, you know, teach me what I'm doing wrong. But then I ended up changing brands, and that's when I stopped having that problem. And then I talked to Kathy whenever I was in Miami, and she was telling me that she was having the same problem. And the reason why I was using OPI was because that's what our school kit came with. So, you know, I didn't have no other choice basically. I don't use a dehydrator just because I don't know why. I was using the OPI. It's only do the primer. Because once again, it don't matter how um, good I mean, what primer you're using, if you're not filing the nail good, then you still will have lifting. Okay. So I'm going to go back and do this one with the form. So I'm going to be using these forms. I think they're by Tammy Taylor, or I might be wrong. But I'm using this gold form. And when you're using a form, you want to, this one is pretty thick. If it wasn't thick, then I'll stick this on the back to give it a little bit more stability. But it is kind of thick. So I'm just going to wiggle it around a little bit to give it that C curve at the bottom. I'm going to place it under my nail. Doing it is just making it a little bit more square. Okay, so I'm going to place my nail like this. Once again, I'm just making it a little bit more square. I'm going to add that little corner that I cut off with the nail file. So I'm just going to grab a little bit. I'm going to place it right on the tip. Give it its shape. Pushing it up. And then brushing back to blend it in. Make sure you push it up on the sides. If it start running, just push it back up. Okay, so as you can see, this is the side view. So I just have to add a little bit right there because there's like a little dip. Are y'all still having problems with the connection? Okay, so see, that looks better. As you can see, now we have that coffin shape that I have on the rest of my nails. So now I'm going to do my fill. So I know the only thing about doing the forms or using forms is I heard they give the nail a little bit more strength, but I feel like if you do the nails correctly with the tips, then you get the same results. And then I've heard that the um what is it, that when you do nails with forms, they keep their shape better. I'm going to be announcing the winner this weekend. I am going to post about it later, but it closes tonight. Okay, so as you can see, my nail is back to normal. So I just added a little bit, like a tiny bit more length, and then I added that side to it. Yes, the winner is going to be announced this weekend. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit, just so I can actually hold the brush with this hand, because I need these two fingers and I'm not going to be able to hold it. So for now, I'm going to just move this out the way and just move on to the next step on this hand, which will be just reshaping my nails. So I'm using this white nail file. I believe it's either 80 or 80-100 nail file. So I'm just redefining my shape. So I'm just filing on both sides. And then remember, when you're filing the tip, make sure you're filing at a 90 degrees angle to make sure that you have a really straight tip. And then if you have to put your finger down, because I have to do this a lot, put my finger file like, hold on. I have to put it like at the end of the table to make sure that it's like extra straight. See? Y'all honestly don't even know what I want to do. Y'all, like, the only reason why I don't want to do a color is because, like, when I'm doing nails, a lot of the time, like with this nail, I file my nails with either with the drill or with the hand files, and it messes my polish up. Even when I do gel polish, it still like scratches my polish off. So lately I've been trying to like stay away from polish and just do stuff like that foils, or I was thinking about even doing I'm gonna go ahead and take this form off. I was even thinking about doing like the holographic ombre, but I always do that. I think I've already done that like twice in like the last couple of months. Okay, I'm following the bottom because there is acrylic like on the bottom. So I'm just following all around. Okay, so I am gonna have to go back with the drill and like file that off, which is just acrylic. But that's how our shape looks. Let me see. Okay, my shape looks good. So now I'm gonna go back and fill in my other hand now that I'm able to. So same thing for this hand. It's literally the same process. The reason I'm able to do, did I turn off the comments? Or are y'all just not saying anything? Because I can't see no comments. So the reason, or not the reason, the way that I'm able to do my other hand is really just by practicing. I'm not doing anything special. I'm literally doing the same thing that I did with my other hand. Is my phone messing up, or are y'all really just not saying anything right now? because there's no comments popping up on my phone. There's polish and stuff all under my nail. Yeah, when I was in Miami, my nails looked so good. And then when I came back and started doing nails, like, they just look horrible. Or at least, like, under my nails. Because I always get polish and dust and everything. So whenever I'm doing my right hand with my left hand, I do, be careful. I'm more cautious of what I'm doing, just to make sure that I'm not brushing too hard or that I'm not getting that acrylic on my skin. So I am adding a little bit more to this tip because I guess I followed it too much when I was removing the gel polish, so it did thin out a little bit. But as you can see, I don't like to work with a lot of acrylic. I just add a little bit at a time. And remember that when you're working, you want to make sure that you're cleaning your brush off a lot because that acrylic will get stuck on there really easily. See, every time I stroke the acrylic out, I wipe my brush off. Before I dip it back into my powder, I wipe it off. Let me see something because I'm not okay. There you go. I don't know why the comments weren't showing up. I guess I had to like swipe up. Okay, what are y'all talking about? How long does a full set of nails on a client usually take me? A full set is an hour and 30 minutes, and then a fill, it takes me an hour. And that's including, nail art and polish and everything. Okay, so I am done with the fill. I'm gonna go ahead and put my stuff up. Clean this up. Live all messages are visible, so messages such potential. Okay, are y'all not saying anything? Because I'm not getting any, um, I'm not getting any of the comments. Okay, so let me clean this up. Let me see on this phone. Yeah, this is my little trap phone. Let me see if it's showing up on here. Oh, our internet's not working. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one is so slow. Yeah, I never checked this phone, so. Okay, so let's see. Is it going to show the comments? Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to have to read the comments off the other phone because they're not showing up on mine. So now I'm just going to go back and... Sorry, I don't want to hear myself. I'm going to go back and reshape this other hand. It is, you honestly can't remember. I think it's a 100, 180 or 180, 100, something like that. I just know one side is more coarse than the other. It might be 80, 100, or 180. I'm not sure which one it is. For my brushes, I was using my alpha brushes, and I was using a number 9. So right now, I put it in a little dapping dish with brush cleaner, and that's how I clean my brushes. And usually I've been in there for about 10 minutes, or by the time I'm ready to do my polish, that's when I take it out. The reason why I don't take new clients is because with me being back in school, I'm taking 24 hours of class a week. 24 hours of class a week. So I do have a lot of regular clients. Really all of my clients are regular. So they reschedule when they're here, and they know to reschedule because if not, they're going to be SOL for a couple of days. So, by the time they reschedule, like, I'm literally booked. Like, I mean, I even have some regulars that if they forget, like, they have to wait a while because, like, that's just how many regulars I have. So it's not that I don't want to take new clients. I just don't have time for it with school. Okay, so my school schedule, I go to school Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And I go from 8:30 to 4:30. I come home, do nails from 5 to like 8, and then I take shower, eat, go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, do the same thing all over again. And then the days that I don't have class, I do 5 clients, which is a 9:30. I start at 9:30. I do a 9:30, 11, 12:30, 2, and 3:30. And I am in school for my instructor's license, for my cosmetology instructor's license. My full sets range from either 30 to 45, depending on what you get.